Hello and welcome to another video. Oh fuck, I fucked up the intro, you guys. That's fine, it's fine. You can't get it right all the time, okay? So hi guys, welcome to another video. Today we're back in, it's another digital speed paint. I know I did digital speed paint last week, but I was like, I kind of want to draw something digital. And so I was flipping through some of my old sketchbooks because I like to flip through them before I do tours of them for you guys. Because if I don't flip through them beforehand, it'll be like have my name in it, and then I'll be like, ah fuck, when I'm recording the video. So I just go back, I just look through it just real quick and make sure there's nothing inappropriate, like slap a sticky note over some stuff I need to cover up. So yeah, I was flipping through a sketchbook tour and not a sketchbook tour, sorry. I was flipping through one of my old sketchbooks and I came across this picture. I'll put it up for you guys. It's actually one of the very first pictures I ever drew of Nick and Kira. This is before they were Nick and Kira. This is when they were still those old OCs, but it was one of the very first drawings of them, and it was supposed to be a drawing of them having their very first like interaction, pretty much. I mean, this is after Kira broke Nick's nose for the first time upon their first meeting. It's complicated. You guys have kind of seen some different depictions of how I wanted them to have their first meeting, and in one of them, Kira like breaks into his house and he like attacks her and she ends up breaking his nose, right? And so this was kind of the aftermath of that, where she was like, I'm your fiance, let's try to get along, okay? And she's like making a scary sort of face because she does not like him, and he's like, ah fuck, I'm engaged to like a psychopath, right? And so I just kind of wanted to redraw that page just because I felt like it would be kind of fun, and I also wanted to do it in the style that they want the comic to be in. And so that's what this page is. It's just literally just two panels. I thought about adding a third panel because in that drawing there's like a little tiny third panel sort of kind of in the bottom corner of the second panel, where she's just like patting his arm and she's like, okay, let's try to get along. And he was like, what the fuck? So I was gonna add that one, and I was like, no, I don't think I need it. Honestly, I do like the way that these two panels came out. They took way too long though to draw. This took me almost 4 hours. It took like 3.5 hours to do this, and I'm like, that's too long. And honestly, I think half of the issue is I was just like kind of fiddling back and forth. And also, when I was drawing this, I drew both of the sketches. I go back and forth with the sketches, right? Nick's didn't take too long. Kira's took a long time. I kept fucking up her face. I don't know what the hell was going on there, but it took me forever to fix her face. But after that, after I finished the sketch, I went and did all of Kira. So I did all the line art, all the colors, and all the stuff in the background. And then I went and did the same thing for Nick. And I was like, what the fuck did I do that? Usually I just do like I'll do like all the sketch, all line art, all the color, in that sort of linear order. And I was just like, well, what if I just did all of Kira? And then what if I just did all of Nick? I was like, what the fuck did you do that? That's like so not conducive to like a speedy timeline. So that was weird of me. It's a little bit out of order than what I usually do, but it's fine, I guess. So yeah, it took a little bit longer than I think it should have. Honestly, it's only two panels. It should not have taken me almost 4 hours, honestly. But I did have a little bit of trouble when I was doing the line art, because when I did Kira's line art, it was fine. But when I was doing the hatching, because there's like a shadow over both of their faces, initially I only had planned for Kira to have this sort of shadow across her face, and I wanted to do the hatching, the lines across that represent the shadow. I wanted them to be long lines, but for some reason I could not make the lines long, you guys. I was struggling so hard, and I was like, well, fuck it, I guess. I was trying to like figure out if I had like a brush that could do that, and there was this diagonal brush, but the lines were too thick, like the lines were not uniform, so it was not really working. And so I was like, okay, I guess I'll just do it by hand. And then I tried to do it by hand, and I was like, every time I did it, like the lines would end up slanted, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I was like, am I like an idiot? Why can't I not get these lines straight? And I guess it was because I was trying to draw with my arm, like my full arm, and I'm not exactly good at that. I think it's harder on the iPad just because the surface is so slippery. I feel like if it was on paper, I could have done it. Like it would have looked a little bit jank, but it would have been passable. But for some reason on the iPad, it's like so slippery. My pen was slipping, so I just had to make the hatching short lines instead of long lines like I wanted. I was like, I don't really like it as much, but it's fine, I guess. It's just for one illustration. And so I did her shadow across her face, and that wasn't so bad. Then I added just the pink to her eyes, just to draw in the focus. Like I said, I do want this sort of kind of the way I want it to be set up in the comic is that it's just black and white gray tones, and then the one pop of color is the pink. And so I put the pop of color in her eyes, and then I also put the pop of color in Nick's eyes, as well as he's like covered in blood, so the blood is also pink. But I'm like, I don't know if that's too much pink. I feel like maybe I should have made his eyes black, but I kind of like the fact that they are both pink because it shows both of them have sort of kind of like a hatred in their eyes for the other, even though it's their first meeting. They're like I don't like you. And so I kind of like that, and so I don't mind that they match so much. But it's just like initially I was like, I don't know if I like it so much. I have been staring at it. Whenever I finish like a piece that I sort of kind of like, I do tend to stare at it for a long time. Like when I finished it, I just stared at it for like 20-30 minutes, and I was like, And I was sitting between it and like the old one, and I was like, this is definitely an improvement. I'm not gonna be able to trick myself into thinking the old one was better, because it's just objectively not true. This one is definitely better, but I like stare at it. I'm not trying to find things that are wrong with it, but honestly, yes, I am, which is not on purpose. Just my brain is just like, find something wrong with this drawing, and so I just stare at them, and I'm like, I'm pretty satisfied. I think I like this. But my mind is like, no, you don't. Find something you don't like. And honestly, it's okay. I don't hate it. Like I said, just my brain is trying to trick me. I'm like, it's good. Honestly, it's not like 100% satisfied. I think there's some things that I could have done better. Like, I don't really like the way Kira's hair turned out. But it's like a show. It's honestly a good drawing. I'm just always trying to kick myself for things, even though there's no reason to. It's such a negative mindset. But yeah. All right, I think I like the drawing. I think it's definitely better than the old one for sure. I'm a little bit sad that it took me so long. I'm like, I don't think it should have taken so long. Because like, if I ever do want to get into like making this into a comic, which I do eventually, just not anytime soon. I do want to get a little bit faster. Like, I don't think it should take me 4 hours to do 2 comic panels. I think it's funny, it's because it's not even like too detailed. There's like no backgrounds or anything. It's just like the hatching took me a long time. I think it's because I was just trying to figure out how I wanted to do the hatching that was taking so long. Because I was like, do it this way, do it this way, do it this way, and it's like none of it was working out. So that's really what was taking so long. But other than that, I mean, I feel like it turned out pretty good. Like I said, I think maybe I'd put a little bit too much blood when I was drawing Nick, and also I just feel like there's not enough contrast on him. Like his hair is white, his skin is white, and like his shirt is white. I'm like, that's too much white. I have to figure out how I want to stylize his hair, because like I said earlier in the week, I do want his hair to be red, so I have to figure out how I'm going to shade that in the comic. But yeah, we're here on the end of the video, guys. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I will go ahead and see you in the next one. Bye.